All right. Peace. You tuned into another live episode of the Black Ball Sports Podcast. Hopefully, the signal is going to be good, man. Moving around, but what up, Sam? Man, what's good with you?
Chilling, brother, chilling, man. Dealing with these damn technical issues pissing us off this morning. But other than that, man, I'm Gucci, bro. How you feeling?
I'm good. Oh shit, I'm good. Chilling, man. Just glad to hold this joint. Um, ready to talk a little bit of playoff action
Yeah,
this weekend.
yeah,
I guess we can start with the before we get to the games. Washington, man. That moved on from Cliff Kingsbury and Joe Witt. The Joe Witt Jr. thing was we all seen that coming.
yeah,
But the Cliff Kingsbury thing is something I think is a little bit of a shocker. At least the people on the outside, for the outside looking in. Only 2 years. The man's just fresh off an NFC championship, birth 60 minutes away from the Super Bowl. Didn't have a bad year, I don't think. Given what the card he was dealt, I don't think he had a bad year at all. The defensive side did. The offense wasn't horrible. I mean, look who you had in there. So
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, Cliff Kingsbury man out and Joe Witt. What's your thoughts on that, real quick?
Well, again, like you said, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but like you said, Joe Witt. I don't think that was a surprise at all to anybody. We've seen that writing on the wall. With Cliff Kingsbury, it was very interesting. And what I've been doing the last couple of days, that I've been listening to a lot of insiders, a lot of people who are tapped into not only the organization but the NFL. Benjamin Albright did a great piece on it. Um, uh, Beat writer for Bowie TV, Candy Waller, and then Lake Lewis, who's also an insider for the Washington Commanders, gave some great insight on what was going on with Cliff Kingsbury, excuse me, in Washington. And what I'm gathering is, so the 2024 season obviously was a surprise to everybody, a pleasant surprise to everybody. We were further along than what we thought, but a lot of what was going on offensively was Cliff Kingsbury was just giving the reins to letting Jaden do his thing, letting Jaden create magic. And obviously, his rookie year, we saw what we saw, but unfortunately, there was no build, there was no elevation to anybody's game on the offensive side, in particular Cliff Kingsbury with his scheme, with how he was bringing Jalen along in his growth and in his development. And it seemed like a lot of the time, Cliff would just allow Jaden to go ahead and do his thing without any type of actual structure. So at the end of the year, when we'll see Jaden Daniels, and I know that you know this as well, he masked a lot of the deficiencies in 2024, what we were really dealing with. A lot of the last minute wins, a lot of the last second wins, a lot of the close games and stuff like that, a lot of the things, the plays that he made masked a lot of the deficiencies, not only on the defensive side, but most importantly, the offensive side. And what we were dealing with this year is a lot of teams knowing what was going to happen, knowing what the plays were going to be, and they knew if Jaden didn't have anybody to throw to, that he was going to retreat to his right, and they had somebody waiting there. And that was the game plan. And a lot of the time, and as I kind of started listening to a lot of what the people were saying, I started going back to old pressers and things like that after games. And one thing really stood out to me is Jaden and Zach Ertz after the Green Bay game said that they knew what we were doing. They knew what we were doing. They were ready for what we were doing. We didn't change up. We didn't adapt. And that was a problem that seemingly went throughout the entire year. And I voiced a lot of my frustration about Cliff on here. And I'm not, let me be perfectly clear. I did not mind Cliff Kingsbury. He was liked in the organization. He was liked in the locker room. But I think that from philosophy perspective, what Dan Quinn wanted to see in his offense, what Dan Quinn wanted to see in his growth and development from his quarterback, Cliff Kingsbury wasn't doing it. And Cliff Kingsbury wasn't willing to change his style up or adapt to any other game or adapt to a game plan. He just wanted to stick to his own stuff. And Dan Quinn was like, you know what? I've done this before. I played this game in Atlanta. I'm not going to allow loyalty and friendship to ultimately cost me my job. So I'm happy that Dan Quinn went along and let go of Cliff Kingsbury. Another thing that I realized is with Dan Quinn was the head coach of the team, or why he's the head coach now, he gave a lot of autonomy to his coordinators. He gave a lot of autonomy to Joe Witt. He gave a lot of autonomy to Cliff Kingsbury, and in doing so, he allowed them to make personnel decisions when it came to who was going to play on the field and who wasn't. That was a mistake because, as we can see, we've seen a lot of the old slow players that Joe Witt and Cliff Kingsbury were comfortable with, and a lot of the young talent they refused to ever get on the field. That was a problem. So when they had a meeting toward the end of the year, they asked Cliff, "Hey, Cliff, we need a little bit more of a balance. run to pass ratio. We need the run and pass to marry each other well, because when you're running the ball, we know it. When you're passing the ball, we know it. We need a little more marriage when it comes to it. And at the end of the day, Cliff Kingsbury wasn't willing to do it. He wasn't willing to do it. He wasn't willing to change his offensive style. He wasn't willing to change his offensive philosophy. And he has a right to say that. So they say mutually, I think he got fired, but they say they mutually cut ties. And I mean, and that's really what it is. And I'm not upset at it. I'm not mad at it at all. If that's how you feel, Dan Quinn did the right thing in letting the coordinators go early. He made a mistake in picking them, because you should have known better. If this wasn't going to be the philosophy that you wanted, one, you shouldn't have hired your boy as a defensive coordinator. And two, maybe you should have did a little more due diligence on Cliff Kingsbury prior to bringing him in. It is what it is at
Yeah,
this point. They
yeah,
went
yeah.
12-5 at 2024. So they said, okay, maybe we got something here. 2025 was a disaster. And I'm glad that we're changing now, because if we would have went into 2026 with Cliff Kingsbury and Joe Witt, after that year, they're probably all gone. So I'm glad that Dan Quinn did what he did and letting them go. And now it's up to him to make the right decision and getting the right coordinators in here so that he can get what he needs out of the development of his quarterback and out of the offense. So I'm not mad at it. I'm glad Cliff Kingsbury is getting other opportunities, but Cliff Kingsbury is who he is. He always has been this way. He was like this in Texas Tech. He was like this in Arizona. He's like that in Washington. So I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm not mad at it. I understand from a philosophy standpoint what they're saying, and yeah, we got to find the right one from here.
Yeah, it sounds like some scapegoating to me because I think Dan Quinn, you know what you're getting when you got Cliff Kingsbury. To me, it's just covering his ass for when he gets fired next year, in my opinion. Because it's like at the end of the day, like if because we was gonna hire, he was our number one choice a couple years ago, but he wanted too much, like control, and the Eagles said, "Hell no." And looking back at it, it was a great choice, obviously. So, I can't really speak too much for the Joe Witt thing, but I think he's just being used as a scapegoat, in my opinion, because and then how can Commanders fans sit up here and say they're happy with him gone when he was just like the best thing since sliced bread last year when he had, Jaden Daniels, doing all this, he was the reason why, one of the reasons why Jaden Daniels was so good. You know what I mean? Because he makes a system comfortable, enough and things easy enough, for him to excel as a rookie, the best rookie season ever that anybody has ever seen. So Cliff definitely has, a hand in that. As far as the predictability thing, they were saying the same thing with the Eagles. I think that's a little bit overrated in my opinion, because you can know what we're gonna do, but can you stop it? Obviously, they was stopping, you know, Washington this year. I think more of it had to do with injuries. I don't think it's fair, in my opinion. Because I think more of the offensive woes, in my opinion, had to do more so with injuries, more so than Cliff Kingsbury. Even though it's more collegey what he does, and but people know this is what Cliff does. Like when you bring him in, so I think it's a more of an indictment on Dan Quinn, in my opinion, than Cliff Kingsbury.
I know you don't like Dan Quinn. I know you want him out of there, but I'm gonna go ahead
He's
and
out.
challenge
He's
that a
out
little
this
bit.
year.
He's not out this year. I mean, okay, I don't want to say he's not out this year. It depends on what they do. I'm gonna go back to the Minnesota game, and the only two players that we had out that game was Luke McCaffrey and Austin Eckler, and Cliff Kingsbury was in a press conference, and they said, "How are you going to adjust to what's my man's name? The defensive coordinator for Minnesota. Help me out real quick. Brian
Flores.
Flores. How are you gonna adjust to Brian Flores' scheme? Because he comes crazy because this he said, I'm not gonna adjust at all. He does too much. I'm just gonna go out there and put my best out there and see what we can do. And they had beat reporters looking around like, oh shit. And then you go out there and you score 0 points. That can't happen. That can't happen. You had
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, you had Terry McLaurin, you had Debo Samuel, you had Noah Brown, you had all your pieces. It was predictable as hell, and you went out there and did what you had to do. I'm not saying that he was a scapegoat, and I know a lot of people on the outside were going to say that. And I'm not. I'm like I said, I'm surprised that he's got fired. I'm not mad that he's not here anymore. They need to make the right choice from here. They need to make the right choice. This is definitely crucial on that point. But Cliff Kingsbury's going to get another job somewhere soon, and we'll see what happens. Another thing on him is saying in college he was great at developing quarterbacks for the next level, but he wasn't great at developing them. Excuse me, to get to the next level within the NFL. So it doesn't surprise me that he did his thing his rookie year. It also doesn't surprise me that people were saying that he wasn't helping Jaden Daniels evolve in his second year. So I'm not mad at people calling it scapegoating. I
Yeah.
don't feel like it was scapegoating. We got to get the right piece in here. The next piece in
How
here will
can he
be very
evolve though?
important.
He didn't even play. He wasn't even on the field. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, I can see if you play all 17, whatever games it is. He played like 7 games this year. You
No,
know?
we're talking about training camp. We're going back to all of that. They didn't feel like he was developing the kid well. So, I mean, they got a right to make that choice. I'm not mad at
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
for sure.
outsiders say. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, that's y'all problems at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah. I mean, now you get to see what it is to have a new coordinator. Hopefully, it ain't every year like Jalen Hurts. You know what I
Hey, we'll
mean?
see.
But yeah. But let's move on, man, to some of the playoff matchups this week. Let me pull up what's the first game? Is it the
It's
Carolina
Carolina,
Panthers?
Los Angeles. Yep.
Okay. The Rams gonna win that shit.
Yep.
I mean, Carolina, they shouldn't even really be there. They beat them earlier in the season, but that was more like of a, you know, outlier game in my
Hmm.
opinion. Like everything went right. It was like turnovers and shit like that. The Rams are going to probably be in the NFC Championship game. It's
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
still there.
Yeah, I hear you. You said that I heard, last thing I heard was the Rams are
Got
going
the
to be in the
sound
NFC
again.
Championship. Still with me?
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, now I can't hear you.
Uh,
Yeah. God damn.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Fuck. Want to try
Check,
to drop
check,
out and
check.
come back in
Yeah.
again? Fuck. Sorry to all the people out there, man. Oh man, you can't win with this streaming service. I know I'm not particularly where I should be hardwired in, but come on, man. All we want is like 25 minutes of uninterrupted content. Eesh, eesh. But yeah, so I got the Rams winning that fairly easily. I don't let's pray that you can hear him. Yo,
Check, check, check.
nope,
Devil working today, boy. Damn.
nope, nope, nope.
Can you hear me now?
Man,
Can you hear me now?
took you 9 times last time. Man, it might take. I don't hear you. You can hear me
Check, check,
though.
check. Damn, my
Hold on,
God.
let me
Let me
check
see.
something. Sorry, it goes on here.
Check, 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 check.
Nothing,
Check, check.
nothing at all. Might look for comment. Yeah, so we'll try to get him back on here real quick. Trying to do our playoff picks real quick. But so the second game of the week is Green Bay and Chicago. Green Bay and Chicago. I think it's gonna be an interesting game. Chicago's playing with a lot of energy. Chicago is playing with a lot of energy right now. Yo, yo, yo.
Check, check, check.
Yeah, it works now. Thank God.
God damn, boy. Devil working today, man. Shit.
Ooh, boy, let's try to
Man.
get this shit done. Who you think about Carolina and the Rams?
All right, so I heard you say that the Carolina, you think that, not Carolina, you think that the Rams are going to the NFC Championship. We'll see about
Yeah,
that, but I definitely think they're winning this one. I know Carolina won a great game, an exciting game in the regular season. This ain't the regular season. You know what I mean? It's the Panthers' first game in the playoffs with their new coach, new quarterback. This is new territory for them. They limped into the playoffs. They ended up losing their last game, a game they had to win. They lost it. The only reason they're in the playoffs now is because I believe Atlanta beat New Orleans, so that's why they got in. They're not ready yet. You know what I mean? I think that Carolina got a lot of great things going on over there, but at the end of the day, Rams are going to win that, and I think easy.
easy. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Let's go to Green Bay, Chicago. I'm gonna go with. Whew,
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay. Um, but Chicago got a lot of momentum. A lot of momentum right now. Green Bay should have beat them twice. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think. But I don't think they're ready yet. I don't think Chicago's ready. I think they're like the Commanders of last year, in my opinion. And they won 2 playoff games. So Chicago may be that. But I think if Chicago does make it to like the NFC Championship game, like the Washington Commanders last year, they gonna get served. You know what I mean? So to me, that this year's Washington Commanders defense is not really that good. Quarterback's having a great year. Good running game, good receivers, but not ready yet. So I'm gonna go Green Bay at 1 point.
Mm. You can still hear me, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. I got Green Bay as well in a real close game. And let me say this. I'm gonna put a hot take out here right now. If Green Bay loses this game, Mike LaFleur is fired. Or Matt LaFleur is fired. If they don't win this game, he's going into his last year of his contract, him as well as the GM. If they don't win this game, I don't see him getting another contract and I see him getting let go. A lot of these teams that we're gonna be talking about, this do or die. And Green Bay's one of them. You know what I mean? They've been on the cusp for a long time. If they go in there and lose this game against a division rival on Saturday night, Green Bay's done. But that being said, I think that they will pull this out. They have Jordan Love playing again. They don't have Michael Parsons, obviously, but their defense pretty much still intact. Jordan Love didn't play the last game. He got hurt due to concussion. They still almost won the game. So give me Green Bay in that game and a very close one as well.
Yeah, and also, I want to say they probably will fire him, and they probably get Harbaugh over there. I feel like he's gonna go to the Packers. That'd be
Or
the best. Yeah.
or somebody else, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Right. Right. All right. Let's go to Buffalo, Jacksonville.
Woo!
That's gonna be a
Woo!
game.
Woo!
That's a game.
What
We
you
got some
got, cuz?
treats. Ooh, Buffalo, Buffalo. Josh Allen got ain't no Lamar, ain't no Patty in the way this year. You can't beat Herbert.
Nah, nah, nah. Not Herbert.
Oh, what's my
Uh,
man's name?
um,
Yeah. Damn, I'm getting the white boys mixed up. What's my
yeah,
man's
yeah,
name
yeah.
again?
Fuck
Damn,
is
what's
his
his
name?
name?
It's fucking escaping. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor. You can't beat Trevor. Can't beat Trevor. Everybody is very big on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I can't really say too much. I haven't watched them play one game this year. But I feel like Buffalo, I feel like it has to be. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl, but I think they win this game.
Yeah. I tell you what, I know Buffalo's the safe pick. I'm going, give me Jacksonville, bro. Give me Jacksonville. I like what Liam Cohen's doing there over there offensively. He got that defense over there flying. They're buying in. Do I trust Trevor Lawrence over uh I don't know why these quarterbacks is Josh Allen? No, I don't. I don't. But I like what Jacksonville's doing right now. That game is at home. I haven't really bought Buffalo all year. They've been good, but there's been something about them. It's no different than Baltimore. It's no different than KC. Buffalo's been in that same ilk. They just been winning games a little more. Give me Jacksonville in the upset. And also, like I just said with Matt LaFleur, if Buffalo loses this game, Sean McDermott is gone. And there's another coaching vacancy. So this is going to be
I don't like
interesting. A
that
lot of
clown anyway. He a clown, Sean
I think a
McDermott. But
lot. I
anyway,
think a lot of coaches are coaching for their job this weekend, and I think Buffalo is also one of them. So if they lose, they out, and so is he. So
yeah,
we'll see.
yep. So the next one is going to be Eagles. Yeah, Eagles. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Sunday afternoon. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, then it's a Sunday night game. Okay, so
Yep.
Eagles 49ers. Of course, I'm picking the Eagles. It's going to depend on what offense comes out. If the offense comes out to play, what type of game it can be. But I trust our defense against anybody in this league. Against any team in this league, I trust this defense. The way those guys is playing on defense, especially defensive line. The linebackers and Coop and Quentin. I just trust those guys, man. I trust them. I don't know. I think Trent is playing. I don't think it's gonna matter. Lane's back, I think. I don't think Pearshaw might play. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think we're gonna win this one. I'm not gonna say comfortably. Maybe by 7, like maybe like 21-14 or something like that.
Yeah, this is a good matchup for y'all in the first round. But I'm not voting for y'all, and I'm not picking y'all any game in this playoff. And I hope it's the last time I got to talk about it. So although I think this is a good matchup for y'all, I think y'all match up well against the 49ers. I'm gonna pick San Francisco because I'm picking everybody against y'all. But nah, y'all got a good chance of winning this one for sure.
Yeah. I feel I mean, look, I'm not as confident as everybody. Anything can happen, but I think their best bet is to try to keep it a game going into the fourth.
Mhm.
It's one of those type of games. You can keep it close, they have a shot. But I'm kind of feeling like we're gonna take it to them. But we'll see. We'll see if we still got the magic left.
San Francisco overachieved this year, and typically when you overachieve in the regular season, that shit doesn't equate to the postseason. Talent, coaching, you know what I mean? That is what wins in the postseason. So we'll see,
Damn,
man.
motherfuckers always trying to call, bro.
You lost it again.
Nope. When you got
Hold
a
on, I'm gonna
few
get it.
more games. I gotta stop putting the do not disturb. My bad, y'all. I apologize. I apologize. I do apologize. Yep.
You hear me?
Nope. Try it again. Damn, StreamYard. Apologize, people, for this live stream. It's a lot of technical difficulty. We got a couple more games to go, then we're done. All we wanted was 25 minutes. We got 5 more minutes. Stick around to hear our picks. I don't do no sports betting. I think it's a trap. If you do it, more power to you. Yep.
Check, check.
Nope.
Fuck.
And
Do you hear
that's
me?
my fault because the damn somebody tried to call me twice. Of course, yo.
Check, check, check. No. Check, check.
Oh Lord. But yeah, y'all. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. I'm glad they put two NFC games on too. Yo,
Yo, yo.
yo,
Yo, yo, yo.
nothing.
Check, 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 check. Check,
Man,
check. Nothing.
man. What's the I could be sitting on my phone all day. I won't get no calls. Soon as I get on live, everybody wants to call me. Yo,
Check, check, check.
yo.
Check,
Oh, dang, StreamYard. Way to kill. Y'all know how to kill somebody's live stream.
check. Check,
StreamYard
check,
know how to
check.
kill somebody's live stream. I tell you, boy.
Can you hear me? Nothing. Damn, bro.
Yo, yo, yo. I guess try one more time. If not, man, we got to just chalk it. I hate this. And it's my fault because I should be in a location with some Wi-Fi, but I something I can't control today. Ah, yeah. Yep.
Check, check, check.
Yeah, it's still not working.
Fuck.
I don't know
Damn.
why, man. It's the worst thing ever.
Check, 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 check.
Oh
No.
man,
Damn. All right, let me go.
still not. I'm just going. And we had what? Two more games to do. Yeah, we had the Chargers in New England and Houston, Pittsburgh to do. That's all we had. So that is what it is. We have to wrap it up. Out. Yep.
Check, check.
Yeah, still nothing.
Fuck.
Miles just chalk it, man. We had two more games. It is what it is. That shit got me pissed off today.
Damn.
It got me fucking heated, bro. Cause I should be able to have fucking internet and go on the goddamn internet where I'm at. Shit. I wouldn't have to be out here, you know? None of this shit would have happened because I would have been on the fucking computer. So yeah, you gonna try one more time, pull it off anyway. So
All right, I
I
got
just
you.
end the stream. Oh boy, I swear, man. Try. Oh shit. Yep.
Yo, yo.
Nope. They ain't giving us nothing today. StreamYard don't want us on here today. They don't want us on here. I'm just gonna end it,
Fuck.
man. Sorry to
All
the
right.
people. Sorry to the people, man. So yeah, I don't know
Fuck.
why. Yeah.
All right.
I'll holler at y'all later, man.
All right.
All right, peace.
All right, peace. Fuck.